The song came out when I started Seja. The digital age was dawning, and my generation was about to get connected. This bouncy song makes me think about the optimism and excitement about the future. The song was used in advertising, and we were all going to be connected like never before in history. Gen X thought this connection was marvelous. Being connected was positive. But what about Generation Z? According to this quote by Darren Barefoot, it seems that they are disconnecting from the big public networks. They are headed to new channels, and they are hard to find. Also known as iGen, digital natives, screenagers, dot-com kids, Zeds, and post-millennials, Generation Z is a generation of our kids. They're in elementary and high school, and the first years of college and university. They are young people between 5 and 20 years old. Do they buy into this connected world? How are they connected? They have grown up under the digital microscope. Every moment in their life, from when their parents announced their pregnancy to their birth, has been captured. Every milestone and much more has been documented and shared by their Generation X and millennial parents. Parents' posts about them? One word: embarrassing. If their parents are on a platform, many Gen Zs look for the exit. Mom and Dad, please don't tag me. According to YPulse, a youth marketing firm based in New York, 8 of 10 teens prefer a social network that only allows close friends to see posts. However, most Gen Zs are also still on old school networks like Facebook, but they are turning to private groups on those platforms, and you cannot find your youngsters on there. They have learned from the millennials about posting inappropriate photos and posts. Dan Gould, a trend consultant for an advertising agency in New York, was interviewed by the New York Times and said, as far as privacy, they are aware of their personal brand and have seen older Gen Yers screw up by posting too openly. Well, we can all think of some people who've posted some photos of themselves with beer or other things in the background. A 13-year-old blogger wrote, let's say I get invited to a party and there's underage drinking. I'm not drinking, but someone pulls out a camera. I could be photographed behind a girl doing shots. This generation is savvy and more aware of how things can be twisted online. Gen Z have gone onto Snapchat, and it's not just for the cool photo lenses and filters. Snapchat's original goal was to confuse the olds and create a safe space for teens. I think it's great for older generations too, because as the ghost icon suggests, your posts and photos disappear almost instantly. Snapchat is the ideal channel to experiment as a teenager. Your future boss will never see this. Grandma won't either. And even your BFF will only view your post and then poof, it's gone, unless they act fast and take a screenshot. I suspect Gen Z is well versed in screenshotting. Gen Z loves messaging apps that don't leave a trail, so Gen Z are more private online, but they are the true digital natives. Of course they are connected, but differently. They actually get quite excited about it. According to a YPulse report, social sharing releases oxytocin. Members of Generation Z get a release of the feel-good hormone when posting and sharing. The frequency and feel-good of ongoing contact through technology elevates oxytocin and dopamine, like a drug addiction. Conversations driven by technology give them a higher boost than interacting in person. As parents, I think we need them to develop social skills. They may not leave as big a digital footprint as their parents did, but they are very connected, starting with their phone, more than 15 hours a week. In fact, half of 12 to 18-year-olds feel they are addicted to their phones, according to Common Sense Media's 2015 poll. They spend more time on smartphones than on TV or laptops. The same survey showed that 70% admit to watching more than 2 hours of YouTube a day. They are connected to their friends on private and semi-private channels like Snapchat, WeChat, WhatsApp, Whisper, and Secret. And Gen Z keep connected to the older people in their lives by maintaining accounts on old school channels like Facebook and Instagram. 84% of those aged 13 to 17 have active Facebook accounts, and 46% of the 8 to 12-year-old group do too, according to Consumer Insights report. The New York Times reported that in this era of emoji and 6-second Vine videos, Dan Schawbel of Millennial Branding tells advertising partners that if they don't communicate in 5 words and a big picture, they will not reach this generation. An 18-year-old blogger told the New York Times, "I can almost simultaneously create a document, edit it, post a photo on Instagram, and talk on the phone, all from the user-friendly interface of my iPhone. Generation Z takes in information instantaneously and loses interest just as fast." So, how do marketers and communicators reach Generation Z? It might be harder than it's ever been before, according to YPulse out of New York City. We already know that their phones are where they're spending most time, making traditional TV ad spots a poor pick to reach the group. As this infographic shows, they're pretty much not watching TV. Earlier this year, YPulse reported that teen-focused retailers were making Instagram their marketing focus. Then in April, a survey found that Snapchat had surpassed Instagram in importance for teens. YPulse's research shows that 31% of 13 to 17-year-olds use an ad blocker. The others not blocking ads are ignoring them. So what's next? Startups and new media are targeting teens in new ways. There are huge opportunities out there for those who can crack the code to reaching Gen Z, and lots of work for the rest of us, staying current and finding effective ways to reach Gen Z. It will be 100% digital, that's for sure.